أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر كبيرا والحمد لله كثيرا وسبحان الله وبحمده بكرة وأصيلا لا إله إلا الله وحده صدق وعده ونصر عبده وأعز جنده وهزم الأحزاب وحده لا إله إلا الله ولا نعبد إلا إياه مخلصين له الدين ولو كره الكافرون. My dear brothers and sisters, human beings live the challenge of goal or qibla and the challenge of direction or wujha at every moment of their movement in this life. Quran asks this challenging question, فَأَيْنَ تَذْهَبُونَ? Where are you going? Let us ask ourselves the same question. Where are we heading? Are we heading towards beauty, goodness, and justice? Or are we heading towards ugliness, evil, and injustice? For the challenge of direction, Quran urges us to take the direction of all that is good. لِكُلٍّ وِجْهَةٌ هُوَ مُوَلِّيهَا فَاسْتَبِقُوا الْخَيْرَاتِ. To each is a direction to which he turns. Then you strive together as in a race towards all that is good. Let us collectively tell the world, and Allah is our witness, that we do not accept, we do not condone, and we do not endorse except what is beautiful, good, and just. What are we celebrating in Eid? Today we are celebrating all our efforts to witness Ramadan, the month of revelation of Quran. Quran as the reference of guidance for the goal and the direction. شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان. Ramadan is the month in which we send down Quran as a guide for mankind, also clear signs for guidance and judgment between right and wrong. The revelation of Quran was the inauguration of a new era and the beginning of a new cycle. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam declared that from the Mount of Arafah during his farewell pilgrimage, he said, لَقَدْ اسْتَدَارَ الزَّمَانِ. Time has asked for a new cycle. Isn't it time for humankind to appreciate and reflect on this very important event? Quran tells us that if we witness Ramadan as the month of its revelation, observe it in fasting. فَمَنْ شَهِدَ مِنْكُمُ الشَّهْرَ فَلْيَصُمْ. Whoever witnesses the month should spend it in fasting. The balance that is attained by fasting is the best condition for us to see the truth of Quran, and the best condition to be closest to taqwa, the main objective of fasting. اعدلوا هو أقرب للتقوى. Be just, that is closer to taqwa. Today we are celebrating taqwa and its power to help us say no, not only to eating and drinking during daytime in Ramadan, but to say no to ugliness, no to evil, and no to oppression and injustice. Today, we are celebrating the high values that we are reminded of during Ramadan, to internalize and integrate into our daily life. Ramadan is the month of patience and perseverance, not only in the face of hunger and thirst, but also in the face of difficulties, adversity, and disease. Patience does not mean idle waiting, but continuous work to reach a better outcome. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ صَبَرُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. Ramadan is the month of forgiveness and mercy. Today we are celebrating them, reclaiming them, and renewing our commitment to them. وَلْيَعْفُوا وَلْيَصْفَحُوا أَلَا تُحِبُّونَ أَنْ يَغْفِرَ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ. Ramadan is the month of emancipation from hellfire. The best way to celebrate emancipation is by stopping the ugly wars and liberating the innocent people from the hellfire created by wars and those who are igniting them. كلما أوقدوا نارا للحرب أطفأها الله. Every time they kindle the fire of war, Allah does extinguish it. Ramadan is the month of charity in all its forms. Today we celebrate and renew our commitment to alleviate the suffering of the poor, the hungry, the ill, and the destitute. We need the liberating effect of giving more than those who are in need of our charity. وَمَا أَنفَقْتُم مِّنْ خَيْرٍ فَلِأَنفُسِكُمْ. Whatever good you give benefits your own selves. The charity of fitrah is the necessary prerequisite for our fasting to be accepted. This means that if fasting does not teach us to be sensitive to the difficulties of our fellow human beings, we have not completed our emancipation. Today, we are celebrating and renewing our commitment to every exalted standard of ethical conduct and character. From the beginning of the message of Islam, Quran testified to the highly elevated character of the Prophet. وَإِنَّكَ لَعَلَى خُلُقٍ عَظِيمٍ. And you stand on an exalted standard of character. This verse was preceded by an oath where the pen and the documented records and constructs are called upon to witness the unquestionable character of the Prophet. وَالْقَلَمِ وَمَا يَسْطُرُونَ. By the pen and by the record which men write. In the new era, in the era of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, high character has become part of the structure of knowledge, and character is as important, if not more important, than new inventions and scientific discoveries. In the same narrative, the Prophet was asked to stick to this high standard and warned not to compromise, even if the other side showed the willingness to compromise. وَدُّوا لَوْ تُدْهِنُوا فَيُدْهِنُونَ. Their desire is that you compromise so that they compromise. The life and the biography of the Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam showed that he remained adherent to high character and did not lower or compromise his standards. Good character promotes life and transforms animosity into love and friendship. وَلَا تَسْتَوِي الْحَسَنَةُ وَلَا السَّيِّئَةُ. Goodness and evil cannot be equal. ادفع بالتي هي أحسن. Repel evil with what is better. فإذا الذي بينك وبينه عداوة كأنه ولي حميم. Then he between whom you between whom and you was hatred, become as it were your friend and intimate. It sounds easy to speak of this at the time of peace. It is more challenging to declare peace and love as being the endpoints of your project while facing aggression. In the midst of war and conflict of unknown outcomes, Quran addressed the Prophet and his companions with this powerful verse: عَسَى اللَّهُ أَنْ يَجْعَلَ بَيْنَكُمْ وَبَيْنَ الَّذِينَ عَادَيْتُمْ مِنْهُمْ مَوَدَّةً. It may be that Allah will grant love between you and those whom you hold as enemies. The message from Quran to the Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam and his disciples is to stick to the right path and not to swerve or hesitate. فَاسْتَقِمْ كَمَا أُمِرْتَ وَمَنْ تَابَ مَعَكَ. Therefore, stay firm as you are commanded, and those who turn to Allah along with you. This verse towards the end of Surah Hud shocked the Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam, and he felt the huge responsibility it puts on him. He said, شَيَّبَتْنِي Hud. Surah Hud turned my hair white. In our turn, we renew our commitment to the straight path trod by Prophet Muhammad and all the prophets alayhim as-salatu was-salam before him. There should be no hesitation or swerving away from the uniting effect of the high values that all derive from the beautiful names of Allah and the high values that characterize the overarching religion of Allah. شَرَعَ لَكُم مِّنَ الدِّينِ مَا وَصَّى بِهِ نُوحًا وَالَّذِي أَوْحَيْنَا إِلَيْكَ وَمَا وَصَّيْنَا بِهِ إِبْرَاهِيمَ وَمُوسَى وَعِيسَى أَنْ أَقِيمُوا الدِّينَ وَلَا تَتَفَرَّقُوا فِيهِ. He has established for you the same religion as that which he enjoined to Nuh, that which we revealed to you, and that we enjoined to Ibrahim, Musa wa Isa, namely that you should remain steadfast in religion and make no divisions therein. تقبل الله طاعتكم. عيد مبارك وكل عام وأنتم بخير. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.